Hey guys, it's MadameWario. Welcome back to more Mario Party 8. We are going to be covering the extras in the remainder of the project, starting with the Star Battle Arena, which I'm actually not going to play, but I am going to talk about at the start of this video. Basically, you're taken to an arena where you are to participate in nothing but duel minigames against one opponent on each of the 6 boards that we just played through in the project. So you'll be playing all 6 boards, and you'll be doing all of those boards against a computer player. So what happens is you have to beat each stage, and there are 5 stages that you start with. When you get to the 6th stage, it is an unlockable stage. It is Bowser's Warped Orbit. So that is how you unlock that. Once you beat that, you play a boss battle game, basically, and then you unlock a character. So you'll either unlock Blooper or Hammer Bro, and so basically you get 2 rewards for playing Star Battle Arena and beating it, and you absolutely have to beat this in order to unlock the final board in the game, which, again, is Bowser's Warped Orbit. There's always a way to unlock the Bowser board in Mario Party, and that's it for this one. And yeah, you'll unlock either Blooper or Hammer Bro, and let's say you're like me and you unlock Blooper first. Once you unlock that character, you're going to have to play through the Star Battle Arena again with the character you unlocked. So, for instance, I would have to play through the entire Star Battle Arena again with Blooper in order to unlock Hammer Bro. That's how that mechanic works, and vice versa. And that is what you have to do for this entire segment. So, anyway, this is how it starts out. It basically tells you that you're going to win a mountain of candy as your prize, which you do. But you also win a lot more, and you have random opponents throughout. So this particular battle is wanting to start me out with Luigi, but I'm actually not going to participate in this. So we're going to head back to the main screen. And here we are. So we're back at the title screen. We're going to head into the Minigame Tent next, which is the next destination I'll be covering in this project. Blah, blah, blah. Yay! Unlockable stuff is now finished. We can get to the goodies. So, again, Wario, no, play with you 2 Deuce, because I just talked about you. And we'll go ahead and set these to hard, since that's what we've been used to throughout the entire playthrough. Anyway, here we go. We've got 5 options. There's Free Play Arcade, Crown Showdown, Flip Out Frenzy, Tic Tac Drop, and Test for the Best. Now, if you watch the old project, you'll remember that I did Tic Tac Drop and Flip Out Frenzy as encore portions of the old project. So, yay for adding in old encores to new projects! Those will be done later, and they'll be shown later, so don't worry about that. Test for the Best will actually not be shown because it is the one-player, I guess Minigame Island of sorts, if you're comparing it to the original from Mario Party 1. Basically, you play through every single minigame and just see how many you can beat until you dominate the world. That's kind of just the mechanic of that. Because of that, I'm not going to be showing it off, because we've seen all the minigames, and I'm about to show more minigames right now. So, anyway, that is that. These 2 I'll explain later. Crown Showdown is basically just set a number of wins. You know, set 3 wins, win 3 minigames, you win Crown Showdown. It's very basic, simple, not complex at all. Where we're headed today is the Free Play Arcade, where it is essentially exactly what the title is. It's a free play arcade of whatever the heck you want. And, hey, there's my me! Look at that, I'm here! Oh man, look at that concentration. Oh, well, we didn't get to look at it for that long. Okay, so anyway, you've got the options of 4-player, duel, 2 versus 2, challenge, last, battle, and 1 versus 3. So what I'm going to be doing today is covering all of the duel mini-games. And I'm switching over to post on this segment to save on time. So here I just scrolled over all the 4-player minigames that have been transformed into duel. But we're going to begin with the first duel minigame that has not been transformed. It is solely a duel minigame, Attention Grabber. So let's play Attention Grabber. This is one of my favorite duel minigames because Number one, I just love the idea of it and the fact that you're basically flagging down this ship on an island. That's just really funny to me. Number two, it's really awesome with actual human players. So, you know, it's really challenging in that way. If not, you're pretty much guaranteed to win with a computer player no matter what, because they tend to suck at minigames like this. So, I really like that one. It's pretty awesome, I will say that. Next is Blazing Lassos. Not a particular huge fan of this one. Mainly just because it's kind of an overdone idea, I guess you could say. I just feel like every single Mario Party has this type of minigame, and they're just not very exciting to me, the whole Western themed thing. I do like that all the bees are kind of walking around in the background. That is something that you'll notice when you play minigames in Free Play Arcade, is that all your Miis will appear throughout the minigames, which makes it pretty interesting and just that much more awesome. So, anyway, we've got a lot of dual minigames to go through, by the way, because there are many of them, which is a good thing. Next is Wing and a Scare, and I don't think I'm a big fan of this one. No, I'm not a big fan of this one. Anyway, yeah, there are a lot of dual minigames because to keep Star Battle Arena interesting, let's face it, you have to have a lot of interesting dual minigames. And I like that some are only dual minigames. They're not all 4-player minigames that have been, you know, transferred or whatever you want to say, redone into just 2-player. So I do like them in that respect. I think a lot of them are really creative. This one in particular is very creative, but I don't like it because I have a hard time maneuvering the plane once I've messed up, and I think that most of you will probably agree with that. Like, right here, smacking this stupid thing and then trying to get it where I'm not hitting anything else. I feel like if you mess up once, you just like keep messing up. And I don't even know. Yeah, not fair. So, this kind of minigame is definitely strategic, but in kind of a faulty way. I'm not a huge fan of the setup of it. Oh, whatever. Hammer Bro, you suck. Next is Lob to Rob. Whoa. Time to shoot some balls at people's faces. What is with this game's obsession with balls? Or Mario Party in general's obsession with balls. Mario Party as a series in general is obsessed with balls. And they use that in the descriptions of their minigames a lot. It's like, throw some balls at balls and then hit your balls. And it's like, I don't get why this is necessary. It's like a low blow all over the place. Crazy. Luckily, I don't have to take the pain, you know? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, this one is really simple because it's pretty slow paced. I have no idea how I missed that last one either. That was just dumb. I could have gotten a perfect 200. Come on. But yeah, basically if you hit Goomba, you get -10. Hit the red mushrooms, or growing mushrooms, whatever you want to call them. And you get 10 points, and then if you hit the life shrooms, you get 30. So anyway, this is Pump It Up, I think. Is that the name of this? Or Pump and Iron. I think it's something like that. It's a play on words. I do like the setup of this. I really like the graphics and the effect of the cave. I wish that there was a Mario Kart track that was more like this, where all you did was like use your headlights, and I realize that would be very challenging, but I think that Nintendo has the capacity to program something as awesome as that. So using those graphics, I think that would be incredible. So, you know what? Do that in the future, Nintendo. Cosmic Sinlon? I don't even know what that says. I still can't read that. I don't know what that word is, so I'm not gonna say it. This dual minigame in particular is, I don't know, it's kind of trippy because there are a lot of these gates and it's kind of hard to maneuver because all you do is tilt the Wii remote in a vertical, like you hold it horizontally and then tip it in like a weird way to each side.
So it's vertical in your hand, horizontal in the way that you're holding it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just makes for a kind of poorly controlled minigame. And I didn't even realize I had those boosts until the end, so of course I lost, but yeah, I just don't like the way that the controls are. They're a little too sensitive for a minigame like that. We have seen this one, Lava Lobbers. This is the minigame that we played once before when I actually got into a duel. You'll see about 4 of these total, I think. I believe there's 3 or 4 on this list because I went ahead and just played all the single duel minigames, meaning they're only duel minigames, they're not 4-player. And I went ahead and showed them all off collectively. This is one that we have seen before, and when I say we've only seen about 3 or 4, that is so few to have seen in the entirety of the playthrough. It's crazy. And I remember that happening last time too, so yeah, there's just a lot to be said for that, honestly. But anyway, we have seen this before, and I do like this minigame. It definitely keeps you on edge. It's definitely a good one if you're, you know, really wanting to challenge somebody if you're not risking your life by playing the duel minigame. That's the thing, we got a lot of Duelio candies too, and we just didn't see that many. Okay, Locomotives. I suck at this, which is really terrible because honestly all this minigame is a multitasking test. I guess what I tried to say at first was right, a multi-testing task. Whatever, either way you want to say it, all it does is test your multitasking skills. And trust me, I have an amazing amount of multitasking skills in my body, but not with this game. This minigame just makes me go into panic mode. It freaks me out. It's like, what's that game, like Diner Dash, or what? There's like a zillion different versions of it. There's like that one game that's like Coffee Cafe or whatever, and there's Diner, I feel like it's not called Diner Dash, and then there's like Cake Mania, like those things where you have to seat people in restaurants and then tend to their needs, and they get more demanding and faster, and it's like, I don't like this, I can't do this, it's stressful. That's how that duel minigame is, and I'm not a fan. So, anyway, moving on, here we have Spector Inspector. This is the best. I'm telling you right now, this is the best duel minigame for me, and you'll see why immediately. It's a haunted house that we have to literally ghost hunt through to find all of the enemies that are hiding. It's basically like a hide and seek game, and all you have to do is walk around, shine your flashlight on an unknowing object, or a shaking object, I guess you could say, and free as many of the villains as you can without running into any ghouls. So there I just freed Pink Boo and Goomba, and right there I ran into a ghoul. So yeah, you don't want to do that. And whoever finds 3 first wins. I love the first person element of this. I really wish that Nintendo had a first person horror game like this. And I know Luigi's Mansion was really cool and whatnot, but it wasn't this exact mechanic or this exact setup, and which is understandable because Luigi's Mansion was a, you know, Nintendo GameCube game. It wasn't a Nintendo Wii game. So naturally, things have improved by Mario Party 8, which means they need to come out with another Luigi's Mansion for the Wii U whenever it comes out. And, well, I know when it's coming out this month, but they really need to, you know, get on that. Actually, by the time you guys are seeing this video, the Wii U will be coming out in like a couple days, so yeah, they should make a Luigi's Mansion for that. Oh, frozen assets, I hate this stupid game, it's so annoying. But anyway, yeah, they need to make one for that. I know that they're making one for 3DS, they're making Luigi's Mansion 3DS, which looks incredible, by the way. And, you know, especially since right now the 3DS is my favorite system. It honestly, I'm not even kidding, I'm pretty sure that the 3DS is, like, I don't know, my favorite new system. I mean, I love the DS too, it's just the DS in general is just fantastic. All those games that Nintendo has produced is just amazing. They're amazing. So I know that Luigi's Mansion for 3DS is going to be great, but they need one for the Wii U with the mechanics that they have with the gamepad and everything, because that would be awesome too. So hopefully they'll do that. Also, if you haven't caught the gist of this minigame, basically you have to find diamonds in the ice, but diamonds aren't always located in the ice. And let me just tell you right now, the computer players do not play fair with this minigame. They do very underhanded things to get a hold of your jewels, and it pisses me off. And what happened to him? Did he just glitch right there? Or was he just angled to where I could not see him? Oh, either way it was weird. And yeah, like, you'll uncover a jewel and they'll punch you and take it. So be brutal in this when you're playing with computers, because they are rude. They are rude little chimps. I don't like them. They're gross and they suck. Like there, I should have just run after him and punched him, but I didn't because I'm a nice person, you know? Ha ha! Oh my gosh, so in other news, something else reminded me of what I was about to talk about like 10 minutes ago, and I don't know why I didn't start talking about it then. But, yeah, the My Little Pony Season 3 started. I really don't know what... There was something I saw in one of these minigames that I was about to talk about that, and then I started talking about something else completely, but... Yeah, or no, the crystal thingy! That was it! Yes. The crystal. Whole generation of ponies is amazing, by the way. And I'm talking about just like toys. By the way, this is an awesome minigame too, because basically you're just going through all these different stages as a construction worker. And it's really easy to beat the computer player, honestly, but it's a lot of fun with the human player. But anyway, yeah, Season 3, My Little Pony, just started last weekend. By the time you guys are seeing this, the previous weekend, and oh, so good. Loved it. The opener, season opener was just great. With the whole crystal heart. Oh my god, I loved it. I'm not going to spoil anything for any of you bronies out there who haven't seen it yet, but it is awesome. Oh, Surfing Way Up. Shoot, I don't like this one. You know, this is another one that functions kind of like that poorly mechanical, I don't know, whatever the heck it's called, where I said that the Wii controls were too sensitive for that minigame. Yeah, this kind of functions like that. Basically, you press A to go forward, and then you pull back physically on the Wiimote to slow down. And you collect as many points as possible. If you run into a Bowser point, then you lose every single point you've earned thus far. So, you know, you can easily get screwed in this one, which is perhaps why I don't like it. So yeah, watch ponies. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is amazing. And collect the ponies, because they're awesome. I totally collect the ponies. I love them. I just love toys in general, though, so... Oh my god, that's what she said. What's next? Balancing... Wait. Yeah, balancing act. Wait, is that what that said? Why is this called balancing act? I don't understand that. All you do is roll a ball, and this is so freaking easy. I, like, jump for joy whenever I get this minigame. When I'm in a serious duel that requires, like, me to win, or else, you know, the whole game's life stands on it, my whole chances of winning stands on it. Like, look, all you have to do is go forward. I understand the Thwompity Womps can squish you, but half the time you run into them because they're already on the ground, like that. Like, how hard is that? That is, like, the easiest thing in the entire world. So... Because it, like the instructions say, roll forward and roll back. You would never roll back. Why would you? By the way, I love that confetti at the end there. And this is Ion the Prize. I really like that play on words with the I-O-N, Ion. It's awesome. Although I'm not very good at this, honestly. I have my good days and I have my bad days. It just depends. This minigame in particular takes a lot of focus, and if you get off once, you kind of screw yourself for the rest of the time. Which I did, unfortunately. Like, look how good this is going. It's all going really well. And then my brain starts to go dyslexic. I start aiming the wrong colors in the wrong places. Look at that! That was so freaking bad! I was like, why do I suck at changing directions? And then the last one, I just didn't even know what to do. I was like, okay. Pretty sure a better strategy for the very end of that minigame is to just pick a side. I think if you try to do what I did and just spastically go from side to side, it doesn't work as well. Alright, I love the name of this minigame. You're the bomb! This is one of the entirely luck-based duel minigames. It functions very much like Bowser's Big Blast. Except it's only 2 players and nothing is colorful. So, you don't get to pick little different colored levers. You have to pick just a random one. And boom! I happen to be the luckiest person in the entire world when I played that because I got it on the first try. By the way, while I was recording this, a house exploded, like, I don't know, a couple miles away from where I live. And Cardiators, we've seen this before. Anyway, yeah, a house exploded and like my wall shook. It was really weird. My wall shook and my window shook and I was sitting on my bed with Gooba. It was actually while I was watching the My Little Pony Season 3 premiere because I recorded that. Or I recorded this right after I watched that. And I heard the window shake. I looked up and I was like, I don't know what that was. And it wasn't something that was like a big enough shake for me to look outside and see if anything had happened, because even if I had, I wouldn't have seen anything. But oh my god, like literally a house exploded. Like it was a gas explosion. Like there was a gas leak, caught on fire. The whole area is like crazy right now. It literally happened like right before I recorded this. So yeah, I didn't even know that the action that my wall was feeling was caused from anything. And there was like a myth for a short while that it was a like small plane crash, but I guess it was just that big and that loud and shook that many people's houses who lived close to the area. I mean, I live close, but not that close, so it was like, holy god, what if you were like a neighborhood over? People were really shaken up. It's crazy. So yeah, that really sucks, and I'm praying for those people, because honestly, that's just awful. Oh, speaking of luck-based minigames, they are in order. This is another one. Again, we've seen it before. That's why I haven't really been explaining anything to do with it. Basically, you just randomly draw cards and hope that they have high numbers on them so that you can defeat your opponent. So yeah. Fortunately, I was not as lucky this time as I was when I actually got this duel minigame during a board, so oh well. What can I say? At least I've won once. Rotation Station. This is a mind trip. Really? I am not sure how to explain this. If you're not good at backwards directing yourself, and I know that sounds really weird, but if you're not good at like figuring something out from not only the front, but the back, and the side, and the corner, everything else, other directions, this minigame is just not good in general. You have to like train yourself to be good at that. And I guess I feel like I'm better at it because of dance. Because like you do that constantly. You're constantly reversing things and then pulling to a different side and going a different way. But man, it's just like confusing as crap. It took me a while to get the hang of this minigame too. Because again, it's a lot of multitasking. It's like a platformer, yet at the same time you're like whipping the Wiimote around trying to get something to make sense and trying not to fall off the edge, so it's very bizarre. But yeah, for that reason I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's just, you know, makes my brain hurt, honestly. So, but I did get a new record. Look at this awesomeness. We rise to the top and we get a new record. On we get balloons. 99 red balloons go by, even though they were rainbow. Oh well. We've seen this too. Eye Brawl. I really like this because it has Mr. I in it, and it totally reminds me of Horrorland from Mario Party 2, and it also reminds me of the Forever Forest from Paper Mario 64. So amazing. And those trees have pimp graphics all the way. Totally fierce. I love it. Except I screwed this up. I did. I really did screw this up, and I didn't mean to. Like, right there. I didn't realize I wasn't going in circles. I was just going, like, in a diagonal line. Because I was trying to go really fast, and I couldn't really even see my hands, so... Oh no! I love that the pupils are blue on the Mr. Eyes, as well as the iris. Oh my god! That's totally how I would react if I were being stared at by a bunch of eyes. I'd just sit there and wail while they did nothing but stared at me. Like, what are they gonna do? Nothing. Alright. What is that? Shoot 'em and... score? That's like a... Oh, what is the name of it? Shorty score? So... That's such a purposely played on words, I can't even tell you. That's from Mario Party DS, by the way. Which I got my facts totally wrong when I was talking about that during a board. I got so many facts wrong about the star mechanics of different boards in that game, and it kind of cracks me up now because I never corrected myself. I did in the comments, but not in an actual video. So, yeah. Gotta love it. But, anyway, yeah, there's a basketball game in there called Shorty Score, and I'm like, this is a total play on words. Like, in a perverted sense. Oh, man. That's like, ice... Or wait, what is it? Something assets, and it's like a total play on words in this game. Oh my god, flip the freaking chimp. I despise this game. I absolutely cannot stand Flip the Chimp. This is also a 4-player minigame. And I suck at it whether I'm playing in a duel or I'm playing 4-player. And it doesn't matter. If I am on a very rocky path where I could either win the board or lose the board very easily, I will get this game. And it will screw me over every single time. And I seriously played this game, Flip the Chimp, I seriously played, not even kidding you, like 15 times in my original playthrough of this, and we have not seen it yet. So I'm blessed right now. Oh, but it pisses me off. I don't like it, and I can't believe we didn't see it at all. It's like Coconut Conk. How do you not see that? I can't believe we didn't see it, but I went ahead and decided to show it off as 4-player too, since this was like one of 2 4-player minigames we did not see. And I actually listed the second right after this, so we'll see that too. But yeah, Flip the Chimp 4-player, I suck at it too, so go figure. Oops. Oh, it's just terrible. Awful. I don't like monkeys, I don't like Flip the Chimp, I don't like freaking Coconut Conk. Actually, Coconut Conk's really funny, but not when you get it every other minigame. In the nick of time, this is the one 4-player minigame other than Flip the Chimp that we did not see once in the entire playthrough. Basically, you have to match the hands on the clock with the displayed clock hands in the center, which is going to make a lot more sense right now. So yeah. This minigame is pretty sensitive. I'm going to say that right out. It's one of those minigames where if you don't stop, like spot on, you fail. And sometimes I feel like it cheats you out. So yeah, definitely slow down when you get close to the number, but try not to go too slow. Like that. Like, look at how sensitive that was when I tried to do that. And I wish you guys could see my hand mechanic to see like how little I was moving the Wiimote, but it just reads it so massively. Woo! I got one. But I'm pretty good at this minigame. It's just, it does take practice. It is not... It's another minigame that's kind of faulty because of the sensitivity of the Wiimote. So, just keep that in mind when you play it. I'm really surprised that this was the only 4-player minigame we did not see in addition to Flip the Chimp, because I felt like we didn't get very many 4-player minigames, but then again, there were a lot that we only saw once, so... Oh well, at least, you know, we've seen them all now. We did see all the 2 versus 2, we did see all the 1 versus 3, and we did see all the battle. And now we've seen all the duel as well. So we've seen all the duel at some point in time, and again, now we've seen all the 4-player as well. You know, in addition to all the others, so... Yeah, look at who the winner is. Woo! And now there's an earthquake, so I'm gonna get out of the room with all the clocks. Apparently, that's what Wario is doing. Alright, pour to score. These are the 3 challenge mini games that are available in the free play arcade. They pop up randomly in the Star Battle Arena as well. So that's why I decided to show them off here at the end of this video, because that's kind of what this video was about, was the whole Star Battle Arena and all the duels, and you know, that's why I just tagged those 2 minigames we hadn't seen to the end of it, along with these. So yeah, you pour this until you get the set number, and then you press A, but it only works if you press A, unlike me, which I failed, which is really dumb. I was trying, and then I moved the Wiimote, and then I failed, so I shouldn't have failed that, but I did. Alright, Fruit Picker is the second one. All of these are pretty easy. They can mess you up. They're kind of like if you make one mistake, that's all you get. You know, it's either you win or you lose, but they're really not that hard. This, you have to memorize the fruit pattern. They'll turn around, they'll spin, and then you have to pick which one it asks for. Now, that's incredibly simple. This one is probably the easiest of all of them, but honestly, they're all pretty easy. And the last one is Stampede. This one I think is the toughest because you have to have really good reflexes. This is basically just a reflex tester, you know, one of those. So basically you gotta stamp your emblem onto a piece of paper, but not onto Bowser's face. And the thing that makes this kind of tricky is you have to press A in order to move the piece of paper with Bowser's face on it, but I feel like I always have to think about it. I'm like, oh, okay, oops. And I believe you have to get 20 points in order to win, so, you know, I only got 16. I failed. But that actually concludes all of the minigames we have not seen. There's only one in addition, but I'll be playing it in the last video because it is part of the last minigame section. It is the Superstar Showdown, so thank you for joining me. This has been MadameWario, and I will see you pimps next time.